Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox and thanks for logging on. If you love this timepiece, email me. My email is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. For full pricing, email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, I make an unprecedented effort in my 9 years of reviewing timepieces online. I will attempt not to use the W word because Bovet chief Pascal Raffi reportedly hates hearing his products described as anything but timepieces. So here goes. First, some background on the manufacturer. Bovet, out of Moitié, Switzerland, is the only timepiece manufacturer of which I am aware that builds everything out of a castle. Second, of the 1,500 timepieces produced each year, a huge amount leave the factory with customization or outright bespoke status that is made from scratch. There is very little advertising for Bovet, to the point where one might even say there is no advertising for Bovet. The only I can remember was once upon a time clocks at the Miami airport, but even those are gone. So this is a word-of-mouth type company that has every faculty of production in-house. I mean craft arts, marquetry, gem setting, engraving, enameling, the ability to make movements, the ability to make dials, everything that you see on the watch, save maybe shock protection, stones, and sapphires, is done at Bovet and its affiliate companies. Truly special stuff. And this is a white gold 39-piece limited edition, the Bovet Amadeo 7-day Tourbillon, and everything in the name of the timepiece has meaning. Let's talk about fit. 44 millimeters in diameter, 14.4 millimeters thick. It does feature domed bezels on both sides, so this double-sided, double-dial timepiece can be worn on either side, and on either side, it slips easily underneath the jacket cuff, although the tightest of dress sleeves might get hung up a bit. How do you measure this across the wrist? It's not easy. I finally settled on the pivot centers of the hinge lugs. So from pivot to pivot, the distance across the wrist is 52.5 millimeters. My wrist is 16 centimeters in circumference, and as a wrist-borne timepiece, this is large. Now, I could pull it off, but I'm going to have lug overlap, and if I'm comfortable with that, the look here is outrageous, raffish, unapologetic, so it's actually okay that it's a little bit large. I think 17 centimeters circumference and up, it's going to look fine, and proportional at 16 and up, well, it's going to fit fine ergonomically, but it's definitely going to draw some stares just because it's going to be so prominent in comparison to the size of your wrist. Now, if you want to see what it looks like on the other side, it looks just like this, and I'll show you how this is possible. There are 2 dials and 2 sets of hands, but they both display the same time zone. They are reversed so that both of them move in a clockwise direction, but they cannot be set independently like a dual time or a GMT. Taking a quick look at the strap, it is purely proprietary, which means that, for example, when I pull it out of the junction up at the top lug, this is something that only Bovet can provide. So if you want to swap, they will make anything you request in any color and any style from any material, but you will have to get it from them. Now, we'll talk about why that type of strap is used in just a moment, but let's talk about the strap itself. Black calfskin on the bottom, large rectangular scale alligator leather on the top, monotone stitch, sheer cut edge, some bolstering or stuffing to give it volume. And then you could see that we have a lovely match between the shape of the upper lug and the shape of the buckle. These two things are clearly designed in concert by the same hand, so everything is very parallel design-wise. It appears as it was designed by one person, not a committee. Taking a quick look, this timepiece is actually 3 timepieces. Now, the resistance to the W word seems to make more sense. You can wear it on your wrist with either dial up. You can also remove the straps. It comes with an included white gold chain, stick it in, snap it in, and then this becomes a 39-piece limited edition pocket timepiece with its own attached chain. That's what the Amadeo name means. When you're dealing with Bovet Amadeo, anywhere in the name of the timepiece means it's going to have this 3-way convertible system. Now, taking off the lower strap isn't as straightforward until you realize that we have this mobile bezel that snaps up, and as it moves up, it releases the lower strap. By the way, you can see that these little blue sapphires are included on the ends of the strap and also on the head of the crown. And this is not Cartier. These are not spinel glass. That's the real thing. That's sapphire. Now, once that's done, I simply push it back into place, and if I want, I can wear it like a pocket timepiece, and that becomes quite easy. Or I can use this as a little pedestal on which to mount my desk clock, and that's exactly what we have right here. We have a travel clock that mounts on your desk, and the large hand side of the timepiece displays the time. A three-way timekeeper: pocket, wrist with 2 dials, and desk clock. So it does all of that. Now here's how you actually shut this thing on the reverse side. You do need to press the trigger as you push it down so it snaps shut. Taking a quick look at what we're actually getting here, this movement has been freehand engraved with a florisant, or a floral motif. So we have freehand engraving of almost like a banknote type floral scrolling, and then there's hammering to create the chiseled pattern in between the scrolls. You can also see that it mirrors from side to side, and this is done freehand with a burin. So this mirroring is done entirely by skill and the artist's perception. This is not done with some sort of a lathe or an engine that cuts both sides identically. You can see aiguillage inversé, and indeed, we do have it on both sides of this 52 jewel manual wind 7-day power reserve tourbillon movement. We have a rose lathe guilloché dial on this side with white gold hands and white gold applique numerals. We have fired blue screws. We also have other fired blue components, including the balance wheel on this fully proprietary setup. Bovet makes all of the tough parts of the watch. They are fully integrated. Demier 1738 is the name of the in-house movement factory at Bovet. And you'll note that the bridge on both sides, it's made of steel, pali noir, or black polish, optically smooth mirrored polish. You can see the same around the chapter ring flanking the large hand side. It is a 1-minute tourbillon with its extended pinion acting as your seconds hand. It beats away at 3 hertz or 21,600 vibrations per hour, and all this is 30 meters water resistant, though you'd have to be certifiable to actually take it swimming. You could see that the edges of that steel bridge have been mirror beveled, and beautifully so. I'll do my best to capture that. You can also see where the bevels come to a point together. That's very difficult to achieve cleanly. Lots to love, and a true work of art from a company that makes works of art exclusively. 7-day manual wind power reserve and a double-sided 3-way timepiece. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.